and, castles, spires, these statues that have no, they got nothing to do with the civilizations that they're in.
Yeah, and mate, some of these old buildings, like there's a channel called Bros of Decay where they go into old buildings. They don't really know what they're looking at, but a lot of these buildings, the power still works.
Yep. There's some really good channels that are like explorer type channels.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
that's fascinating. Abandoned castles and mansions and things. Some of them go down into tunnels.
Oh, yep.
And some of those are just ridiculous when you find out what's actually going on underground. There may be a whole nother civilization running.
Mate, it appears like as bizarre as it seems, man. That just seems like what's going on. That's what's happened. Like. Like I said to you before, where did we come from, mate? It looks like, have we come from further lands out further on the realm, or have we come from underground?
I think that we were here, or maybe, in outer lands, because that's another thing. When you start looking into maps, they all show more land. The further back you go, obviously, if you've looked into the shape of the realm, you'll know that there's probably more land, Admiral Byrd.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's definitely more land, brother.
And they talk about the dome and the firmament. So is this like one little part of a bigger plane that was sectioned off? And we were brought in from somewhere else. And now all the lands on the outside, they can't get in, we can't get out, because of course we're not allowed to go to Antarctica or to the Arctic. If you try and go there, you'll be met by the Army and the Air Force and the Navy, and they will, if you don't turn around when they tell them, they will blow up your boat.
Yeah,
they will shoot down your plane.
And if you want to go to Antarctica, mate, like it's very expensive for one, and I think there's 15 different tour operators that apparently like do tours there, but it's all owned by the one guy.
Yep. And then apparently the place they take you, there's like one little point that comes out, and so if you're going there at all, it's on the very sort of out a tip that's as far from Antarctica as you can get.
I met he's a world famous neurosurgeon actually, and I met him at a school function. He was one of the dads actually, and this is back when I lived in Sydney. And mate, he said he went to Antarctica, and I laughed, and he knew straight away. He just sort of looked at me and goes, "No, well, I didn't go. You don't go to Antarctica." He goes, "You just go on a little peninsula bit." And it was like he was just disappointed, mate.
He spent all his money. He didn't have a good story to tell. That'd suck. I mean, like the Falkland Islands, right? I mean, why? I mean, go and check out where the Falkland Islands are. Those things are in the middle of nowhere, down near Antarctica, off the coast of South America. But everyone knows about the Falklands War, right? Fought by the English. That place is as far from England as you can get. What was there a war on in the Falkland Islands? No one lives there. Why was there a war there? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what's going on there?
And then we hear about all these, deletes and actors and all these types. They're always going to Antarctica. Always. So what is going down in Antarctica? Like I said, is there more land? I mean, it looks like there's more land on both, not ends, but, at both extremities. So, the whole shape of the world, we're not even really sure if it's a disc with Antarctica in the middle. When you really look into it, it's, with Hyperborea and all the stories, it seems that the Arctic is more like a gateway to another land. It's where more land starts. So it's not like it's this. I don't know if it is. The maps we've got of where we are completely off.
That's it, bro. That's one thing we just don't know, do we?
They tell us it's in the middle, but I think it's, our land masses kind of go around like that, and it's kind of there, but it then there's more of it. If it's hard to explain, I have to do a video on it. But yeah, definitely it's not. And we know they've found the ice, the dome wall.
Yeah. Well, there's encyclopedias from
it.
the fort. I think there's encyclopedias from the 50 that actually show latitude and longitude, and they refer to the height, and they know the dome heights, bro.
Yep, indeed. Yep, they know the circumference, the height. Say they had Operation Fishbowl and Operation High Jump.
Yep.
They've shot nukes at it. And the story is that when you blow a hole in it, it repairs itself.
Wow.
It just repairs itself. And then we have these things of what's it, sky ice, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Blue glass stuff.
I think you did a bit on that.
Yeah, you find it everywhere. It just falls from the sky, apparently. Right.
Nice. And
So who knows? Because the way I see it is, I think we can see a part of the dome, but if it's a big dome, I think the dome's bigger and encompasses more land than we're told.
Definitely. Yeah.
So we can only get to one part of the dome. We can't get to the other part because you got to go through other lands, right? So that's why the dome we can get to is at one point on, in the Antarctica.
Mm.
And that's where they are. That's where they are, down where that edge of the dome is, trying to get through.
Yeah, man.
That's why we don't hear about them out, sidewards of, South America or these other places where we know the ice wall is, because we've got photos of the ice wall. We've got video of it going back to the 1950s.
Yeah.